And you're live.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to Candid Conversation with Coach Stacy. How's everybody doing today? This is Candid Conversation where we have real people, real topics, and real stories. Thank you for tuning in right here on 108Praise Radio where we voice the gospel. Happy Saturday, everybody.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. I'm so glad you guys are tuning in today. It's a beautiful morning here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Woo.
Yes, it's hot, guys.
It's very hot. Y'all, it's hot. I thought it was hot in Georgia.
It's Miami weather, I think.
Miami? Maybe. Okay. Hot for me. Listen, guys, I stepped out of my comfort zone this morning, and instead of bringing my guests to the studio, I went all the way to Fayetteville, North Carolina to get my guest on the show this morning.
Yes,
okay?
you did. All the way to Fayetteville.
All the way. And I've been here since Thursday, and when I tell you that I've had an amazing time, I have.
I'm super excited that you're here. I'm so glad
I'm so glad to be here, girl. Let me tell you, people, please make time to get away, okay, for R&R. You gotta make time to get away every now and then. You don't have to be doing anything. You don't even have to go for anything. Just get away and get some rest and relaxation. When I tell you, it has done something for my brain.
Yeah, she done slept, you guys, and got her mind right.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, she
got my mind right. I've been doing that. That's all I do at home is work.
Yeah.
So
I get a little leisure, and then add a little business and business.
yeah. So I feel refreshed now. So guys, you guys gotta start getting away. Get away. Just drive 2 hours away and turn around and come back. I don't know. Do something. Get some rest and relaxation. Okay. But today, as I said, I'm here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, because I am a part of a cast for a stage play that's going to debut tonight. It's a domestic violence play called Amnesia, and I'm excited about that.
I'm excited you're here to be a part of it. Thank you.
Are you really excited?
Yes.
I'm getting excited.
I am on 10. My nerves are like all over the place right now. So I'm super excited to have Miss Stacy here. That's a big deal for me. It really means a lot. So we're going to tonight and show up.
Yes.
Put a little foot in domestic violence.
Okay. Can you believe I'm part of the cast?
Getting her actress on.
Get my actress on. Well, let me tell you who Miss Radia, Miss Star is. Yeah. She is the writer of the stage play Amnesia. And domestic violence, of course, you all know it's near and dear to my heart. And, you know, I always say, you change one, you can change many. Okay? So I'm hitting as many platforms as possible to spread the word and educate on domestic violence. And so I'm here in North Carolina, and I know Atlanta's out there holding me down, though.
Hey, ATL, y'all got to come to the show. Come on, bring yourself up here to Fayetteville, North Carolina, and come check out
It only takes a couple hours to get
a couple hours.
Oh, no, I just told her video.
Yeah, that was a lie about 5. But it's a good road trip. Get your music on, and you can drive and get your head in a good headspace. Riding music is perfect.
Yeah. So let me tell you just really quick a little bit about Miss Radia Star Jones. As I said, she is the screenwriter for the stage play Amnesia. And she, that's so much. Look at this bio, honey. She's the screenwriter the stage play writer for Amnesia. And I want to go get into Amnesia, but let me try to figure out this. Oh, you done a lot, honey.
I don't think I've done enough.
She's a rock star, y'all. She's a rock star. She's a rock star out here in Fayetteville, and she's really doing some things to make an impact on her community.
That too. You on one now, right? Best way to get the message out.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So her bio reads, after a life full of disappointment and distress, she was determined not to be a product of her environment. As an at-risk youth, with little resources, she was not afforded the opportunity to excel. And so instead of a hardened heart and a bitter disposition, she decided to be that one for other young people, what she needed at her age, you know, a mentor, a friend, and somebody to look up to. So she founded the Morning Star Youth Development Mentoring Program. And her goal was to give at-risk youth the opportunity to see and participate in activities that otherwise they would not be a part of. So she began by becoming a permanent substitute teacher in the Fayetteville school system. Well, I know it's been all over, but Right now, she's in bed. As years
stuck here, I'm embedded in the Ville. They call it the 2-6 here. Okay, I'll be 2-6.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they call it the 2-6. I still don't know why.
Anybody out there know why? Let me know.
Call us and tell us why they call Fayetteville 2-6. J. Cole, call us.
J. Cole from 2-6? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Fayetteville, shout out to J. Cole.
Shout out J. Cole. shout out. But as years went by, her personal life did take a hit, and she became a victim to a horror story in her own home. As a survivor of a horrific episode of domestic violence, she started the Free Your Mind Domestic Support Group,
which has now changed to My Sister's Dreamer.
And that's My Sister's Dreamer. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right. Why do I still think it was Free Your Mind?
A lot of people do. They got to get used to it.
Okay.
That's My Sister's Dreamer.
Okay. And she is also one of the authors of the collaborative domestic violence abuse book, When a Woman's Fed Up. We're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about it. I just want everybody to see. So, but with My Sister's Dreamer, she creates seminars and workshops, and she has assisted women in areas such as housing, job searching, discovering their work. And she is a permanent fixture with the Parks and Rec, where she holds her weekly activity for mentoring the youth. So, with hopes of taking this organization she has global.
Worldwide sisterhood is what we're going for, a real one. You have a lot of sororities, you have a lot of other women's programs that are not really as embedded in each other as they should be. Mm-hmm. And I think if we work harder to be for one another what we need, then it works better. And collaboration is key. You know that.
Collaboration is number one.
It really is. And we can't do it without each other. I can't help my sister without my sister.
That's right. Y'all hear that? Collaboration is key.
Women collab.
Women collab.
Girls compete.
Say it again. Women collab and girls compete. I ain't know that.
Big difference.
It's a really big difference. So right now, as I said, I'm out here because she's putting the play Amnesia on, which debuts tonight. If you're in the Fayetteville area, we'll be at Cape Fear
Regional Theater, Haymont Hill, Hay Street.
Okay.
1209 Hay Street.
So if you're in Fayetteville, or if you're in the surrounding areas, you don't have to be in Fayetteville. You can come from afar.
Yes, because we have cast coming from everywhere. We got cast coming from Raleigh. My host, again, Ashley, is coming from Atlanta, too, just like Stacey. We got some people coming from the Sanford area. Hopefully, they'll be able to make it. So we come out and network, if nothing else, because there'll be a lot of people in the building to meet different people, different opportunities. You never know. Some vendors will be out there. You can come shop and get your inspiration on for the most part.
Okay. So what I want to start with, I want kind of like you to share a little bit. We'll come back to Amnesia, and right now I just want you to kind of share about Morning Star You.
Okay. Well, Morning Star, I started, for one, because I love kids. Well, I love kids.
Okay. Wait a minute now.
Yeah, I do. I love the that 10 and up before they hit high school, because it seems like they're really impressionable then. And I know in my life, that was where I had my most struggles, in the middle school area. And they kind of feed off of me and take to me, so I get really excited. The rush from, oh, I love Miss Johnson is a big deal for me. I love when they take something home from me. Mm-hmm. So that's why I want to start. And it's also inspiration as far as travel. I want to take them outside of the county, outside of the city, and eventually outside of the country, so they can be able to experience different things and how other people live. A lot of the kids in Cumberland County have never been outside of Cumberland County. To me, you can't be inspired a whole lot by something you can't see. You can, but visual sometimes helps, you know.
It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. So if these kids are able to see, if they're living in low income areas and they're able to go on a tour of a college that will have them in a different area, or see the way other people live, it'll inspire them to do better. So.
That's amazing. Didn't you guys just take a trip maybe a month or two ago?
We went to Chicago. That was our last year trip. We went to Chicago and we did the Go 8 with Cedar Pope out there. Really amazing. It was kind of like a warrior battle type thing to show the girls to never give up. And they did an amazing job. It was zip lining. We were really like up in the trees like Jane and Tarzan. So I was even like, okay, am I going to make this? But I had to push through to make them push through.
That sounds like fun.
It was a lot of fun. They actually have one here too. So we're going to try to take another trip. We're working on Houston, the space station, in Texas. Hopefully, we're pushing for August. Go out there and take a tour of some of the colleges and do a cross country, because we'll be going for 5 days. Yeah, so
Can I go
think
too? I'll be a little kid again.
Yes, I love it. Come on. We can use some more chaperones on his street team.
Okay. So, you hear that? That's some of the things that they do. Thinking about never giving up. Tell me a little bit about that, because I got my women together and we did some rock climbing or mountain climbing or something. And you know, I'm Coach Stacy. I'm supposed to encourage everybody. Okay. And I came back down the wall.
Did you? Yes, I did. Sometimes we gotta throw the towel in and let our soldiers finish the work.
I know, right? It's like, no, we can't let the soldiers finish. I gotta finish with them.
But did you push them?
No, I didn't.
Came on down.
So I'm gonna have to do that again, because I can't be telling people don't give up, and then I gave up on that, you know, and that just still sticks with me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to rectify that. We'll get you up there in the tree line and let you sit on the way.
Oh my goodness, I'm afraid of heights.
Oh, we were up there. We were higher than the trees we see now.
Are you seeing that? Well, I probably would have just threw up all over everything.
10, 11-year-olds, and we had to climb up these different obstacles and, you know, go through these different thingies. And they had this Tarzan swing and swing down, and the whole behind is like sitting out and falling all over the place. So it was a lot of fun, but it was also a test. You know, it really was, because I was nervous to take that first step, just like in life.
Right.
So we had to take the first step off of the ledge and zip. And you're looking down like, oh, wow. So it's a test of your faith. And that's what we wanted the girls to see. It's not so much about the physical, it's you.
That's right. That is exactly right. That's good. That sounds like
Next time we go, we'll come scoop you up and put you.
Come with you. Okay. I am so ready. So that's Morning Star. And, you know, it always amazes me to see these women get out into the community and give back. And that's basically what you do. I'm trying.
People say that, but I don't feel like I've done enough. I can't wait until we do get the shelter open. I don't want to go too far ahead, but it's a lot more on my list. So I'm really trying. Okay. And we need you guys to help do it. So we take donations all the time.
Okay. Awesome. So then you went from starting Morning Star to Free Your Mind, which is now Morning Star, right?
My Sister's
Dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's okay.
I'm
fine. Well, Free Your Mind was, I started Free Your Mind was based on my experience. And then I decided to merge the two because I felt like if I can get the kids now, then I won't have to do domestic violence with them because they're already on point.
Right.
So I decided to just merge both. We are now 501c3, so yay!
And that's a big deal.
It is. I'm excited.
A real big deal.
It took me 2 years. I ran both companies for 2 years without the 501c3, so everything was coming out of my pocket, and it was okay because it wasn't the money. But now that we do have the 501c3, we're getting a lot more interest as far as donations, bigger donations that would allow us to get a nice house. Or some kind of shelter that the ladies can come and stay in, because we're lacking shelters here big time.
Really?
Yes, we have like 2, and most of them are more like transitional homes. There is no, well, let me say this. As far as I see in domestic violence, the government does what they're supposed to do, like the emergency room. They stabilize you. They put you in the projects. They get you some food stamps. They get you a nice little, maybe an entertainment center from the secondhand store, and they're not educating you. They're not giving you any resources to better yourself. They're leaving you there. And that's not helping our women. We got some real queens out there getting beat up, not getting any education, not getting any help. And I know the state can't do much. I know public assistance is there for some of that, but after you get those food stamps and after you get that house in the projects, then what? Can we offer them some classes? Can we offer them some mental health? Mental health is ridiculously scarce in North Carolina. And it's a lot of that. Domestic violence, people are going crazy. PTSD, you have that. That's a factor. Drugs and alcohol, substance abuse is a factor in domestic violence as well. So if we could latch on to some of that stuff and stop worrying so much about the other things, maybe we can help some of these ladies and not just throw them in the projects and give them food stamps. Let's give them some boot camp. My shelter, if you come in my shelter, you can't just come live here. You're going to work. You're going to wash baseboards. And that's not a punishment. That's a discipline. That's to show you that you're going to work for what you want. I've learned that when people don't pay for things, they don't appreciate it. So if you're not paying and working hard for that struggle that you're going through, it's not going to be worth anything to you. And you're going right back to the projects. Right. So your mindset is important as well. But if we will offer these ladies a little more than just some food stamps, and an apartment in the projects, and we all clumped up in the ghetto like we just nothing, then we would do a lot better. And reaching back is important. Reach back for your sister. Don't be so hateful, ladies. You never know what somebody is going through.
This is good. This is good.
you never know what somebody is going through. I look at people sometimes and I have to catch myself like, oh, wow, why she looking so evil? Why she, why stuff? And I do it sometimes. So we call that the RBF, but let's just keep it real. Black women are known for having this, what you guys perceive to be this mean, evil look, when it's really probably frustration and whatever it is they got going on. So kind of look past that and maybe shoot a smile. And you'd be surprised what you might get back from somebody that is going through something. You never know.
You never know. Always say that. Always say that. It sounds good. It sounds like you have a really good plan of implementing some education into what's going on here with domestic violence.
Some education, some physical fitness. We want to harp on that too. Get right here. I've learned some things about your intestine being linked to your brain. Shout out to Tita Nieves. She's a really good coach. She told me about the brain cells being linked to your intestines. So therefore, what you're putting in your body, what you're not putting in your body, affects what goes on in your head. So in retrospect, it kind of goes towards domestic violence, towards anger management, towards sexual abuse. So we try to do the little things and put them all together in one big thing. It'll be a whole lot better.
We definitely will. We definitely will. I appreciate that. I really appreciate you saying that. You just kind of took me for a loop there. Wow. Because to me, education is so important.
It is. And if we're not,
education is just so important.
We're not, hello, Stacey.
Education. No, seriously though. I know we're having fun here in the
yes, we are.
We're having fun right now, but education for domestic violence to me is number one.
It is.
And I think it happens because no one's educated, and not necessarily even being educated. I mean, it's really rampant these days.
It is. It's an epidemic.
It is an epidemic, and I think it's because we're so unhealed.
We are. It almost goes back to, I like to think of it almost like the slave mentality. For one thing, 90% of Black women do not report domestic violence. 3 a day we're losing to domestic violence. 20,000 plus calls to domestic violence hotlines in the U.S. And those are the only ones that we know about. So I just think if we, it's not even so much about education book work, but let's educate ourselves to remember who we are.
Right.
Remember that we worth not getting beat upside the head. And sometimes we forget because I did. And I look at my struggle as a lesson, and other people, a lot of us didn't make it. A lot of women, and you'll see that tonight when we scroll through some of the people that we're going to say goodbye to because of domestic violence. And we also have to look at the judicial system, because the judicial system in the United States sucks. Can I say that?
Well, it's too late. You already said it.
It's really not helping us.
That's right.
You have a lot of police officers that look domestic violence in the face like, oh, these are just some people in the ghetto and they're just fighting. And it's really not that. Some of these ladies are really crying out for help, and the officers are not giving us room to play with. In my situation, the 8-9 months I was in my relationship, I got out quicker than most. I not once called the police. Not once.
Why not? Was it just you didn't have faith in the system, or?
That and because I knew, for one, it would cause more problems than I needed. Because once they really get involved, if they're really going to get involved, they're going to call DSS. They go, it's my children. And they want to come searching in your house. They're going above and beyond for where the problem doesn't even lie. So how about help me?
Let's attack where the problem lies.
Exactly. We don't try to feed us, oh, well, this is why this is happening, or well, let's dig over here because we can't really do anything about the fighting. So let's dig in over here and get in, make sure she got food stamps, make sure she's, okay. That wasn't helping me. Sometimes what I really needed was for just my sister to be like, it's okay, you got this. I didn't need for somebody to, when I'm at their door, banging on their door because I'm getting my head knocked in, to ask me, why am I here? And that always sticks with me because I kind of felt like, wow, that's just another door closed. I could have went back and died. I would never send, anybody can call me. And in a domestic violence situation, my heart is not gonna let me leave you there. My husband, a lot of times, he's like, you you need some bouncers or something because you can't go to these people's houses. I just feel like if I had that, somebody to come get me earlier, I may not have the scars I have, but then I also appreciate the scars because I'm able to give that education to somebody else.
And you know, it's really important what you just said. Now, I personally, within my organization, I try to allow the victim to say when they're ready. I get what you're saying, but I try to do that because I know when I was in that situation, I ain't listening to nobody.
At all. And not so much for them to say, okay, well, let me give you this or let me help you do this. Just be there is what I need.
Right.
Because I wasn't ready to go either. It was my apartment. It was my house. It was my, I was comfortable aside from the abuse. I felt like, why did I have to pick up and leave? And oh my goodness, I can't tell anybody. I'm embarrassed and this and that. It's not about, I'm going to take that back. It's not about him. It's always been about you and how you're going to react to the things that's going on in your life. So he's going to pay for that debt. He's going to pay for it one way or the other. Don't let that be your problem.
Amazing. I'm glad that you're getting out into, I just wish more would be really genuine about the effort. I've come across some that today, and I know I'm on air, and I'm going to be frank, it's a paycheck.
Right. But you know what?
I'm just being real, because to me, it's not about the paycheck.
Right.
Because I don't get lives. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Right. And any money that we do receive, it honestly
goes right back to it.
Absolutely. Because I can't do for these women if I don't have it. And if I'm constantly taking out my pocket, which is okay. If I have it, I can get it. We have people that donate swag bags with like toiletries and, things that we can go out to the homeless areas and take to some of those young ladies as well. But to me, domestic violence and homelessness are two different eras, two different things.
Two different issues.
Right. Two different issues. So I try not to put the two.
With domestic violence, you become homeless.
Yeah, and with homelessness, you can come into domestic violence because once you don't have anywhere to live, you're kind of open to anything.
And you're depending on someone.
Exactly.
Who's open to abuse.
So it's a toss-up. I just think if we work harder as sisters, hence my sister's dreaming. When she can't dream, I'm going to try my best to dream for her. And we need to do that for each other. And if we can do that, we can have an awesome sisterhood. When us Black women, and I'm just saying Black women, because we are the underdog, so to speak, but not anymore. We were the underdog, so to speak. So now when you see us coming in these stiletto bosses, that's a powerful statement. It ain't about being cute. It ain't about who got the longest weave. It's a powerful statement because it's unity. And it really doesn't matter what color it is. We just all together. It says a whole lot more. Our lovely president is like almost by himself. The world is over here. That's a more powerful statement than him standing over there by himself with that orange hair.
She is live in living color. After that. Lord, how much?
I'm sorry, but just keeping it real. Sometimes that one bird stands alone, but eventually the rest of them coming. And that's what we need for sisters. So I want my sisters' dream to be in every state. And 500 sisters in Atlanta, 500 sisters in New York. We all get together once or twice a year, and we educate those that don't have that. Whatever city we snatch them up, y'all come in, it's free, get over here, and we, do some workshops and we do some camp. It makes a difference.
You've inspired me.
Oh, I got it from you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I got some quick ideas right there. I can't wait to get back to Atlanta and get to work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how we're supposed to do. And it shouldn't be Stacey go and start her trip. And I'm like, oh, well, I see it. No, girl, call me so I can get my ticket. That's how we're supposed to be as sisters. That's the kind of reaction we're supposed to have when one of us wins. And when we don't get that, it's discouraging. And it takes a strong heart to just be out there on your own. I'm getting there now. My skin getting a little tougher. But we always want to have, that sister. Y'all can say all day long, I don't need nobody else to do it. You do.
You're exactly right. Now, as you guys know, I told you in the beginning that I stepped out of my comfort zone and I took my show out of the state.
All the way out.
So we're going to go to commercial break, and I hope that I can do this right.
You got this, queen. You got this.
I got this.
Yes.
I got this. So right now, we'll go for a quick break, and I will be right back. Keep your stations locked right here on 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. I don't know if I did it right. I just went to stop the video. Before they never came back on.
He probably took it off.
Oh, good luck at that. Yeah, try this one. Yeah, right there. RadioLive.
Welcome back, welcome back. For those of you who are still tuned in, welcome back to the Candid Conversation Show right here with Coach Stacy on 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. I appreciate you taking the time to allow me to take a quick break. I probably totally messed that all up, but it doesn't matter. We're still here. We're talking all things domestic violence. We're talking all things amnesia,
All things inspiration.
Encouraging. And before I went to break, we were talking with Miss Radia Johnson, who was going over with us about her domestic violence support group, My Sister's Dreamer, and she talked to us about what she does in the community with the young kids, and she's just killing it, and she's giving me all kinds of encouragement and inspiration and all kinds of stuff, you know, and we're having an amazing time.
Yes, we are.
Right now that we're back, I want to go ahead and I want her to tell me a little bit about When a Woman's Fed Up. It's her book that she authored. She co-authored with several other authors. Tell us a little bit about Women's Fed Up.
Well, A Women's Fed Up is a collaborative project between several young ladies, mostly out of the Indianapolis area. Shout out to Yolanda Jerry and Miss Mosley for inviting me onto this collaborative project. It was my first project, so now I am a published author. Super excited about that. Praise the room. And my chapter in the book is called "And Then I Remember Who I Was." It's amnesia, so it kind of all ties in together. This was my first project, so I was super excited to be a part of it. We had an amazing book signing out in Indianapolis, but we were able to sign some books, sell some books, take some really nice pictures to documentaries. It was really amazing. So the more we gab and talk, the more the message gets out, the more people hear us. So if you need a copy, you can inbox me at msyp73@gmail.com, and I'll send you a copy.
Say it again.
msyp73@gmail.com.
M-Y?
Oh, MS, Morning Star Youth Program.
Okay.
Yep, 73, and I'll see you a copy.
Okay. Got that? Y'all get a copy of that book, When a Woman's Fed Up. When a Woman?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll leave that to
Pretty
the
much.
singers.
Yeah, we'll let him have it.
So that's A Woman's Fed Up. So check that out. That's amazing. How did it feel to be a part of the collaboration?
It was really great. I feel like a lot of times you learn from other women. You learn from, or you just your surroundings. I didn't know anything about writing a book or authoring a book, editing a book, or what I should put in the book. I just came straight from the heart, and the ladies were able to give me insight. And it was just amazing for so many of us to be a part of one project. So collaboration, again, is key.
Collaboration is key.
Big deal.
You'll hear me say that all year.
You have. That's where I got it from. Her event.
Oh, okay.
Girls compete, women collab.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Shout out Stacey Bryan.
When I was saying it earlier, I kept saying it over and over. Like, I heard that before.
Not your own. That was the event.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. So see how much I do like it.
That was her story event, the first one, and that was the name of it.
And we're working on Her Story 2 right now. Well, Her Story 2 too.
Oh wow, okay.
So the second collab. So if you have any ladies out there that want to share their survival story, yeah, mine's a little easier. Stacy at StacyBryan.com.
That is a little easier.
That's a little easier, but that's okay. You can still get a book from.
That's right. Or you can hit her up and she'll find me.
Yeah, I can just do that. StacyBryan.com. But anyway, congratulations on the thing, though. I'm very proud of you for doing that. I know sometimes, like, I spoke with some of the women on my first collaboration, and they were like, it was kind of hard for them to write their story and share their story because it brought up old feelings.
Well, actually, no one knew about my situation. My husband and I had been married 20 years. We separated for a couple of years. So I kind of have to clarify, like, when were you going through domestic violence? Because a lot of people know I've been married for so long. So he didn't even know about the abuse until the book came out.
Really? Mm-hmm. I had a lady in my first collaboration that was like that. My husband, well, I think he knew about it, but he didn't know detail.
Right. And that's what he said. He said, I knew something, but I was in another city, so we didn't see each other as much. So, and I never told him, but he's like, why is this book about domestic violence? Like, but he never would say anything, but I could tell kind of by his face, and he's looking like, why is she writing a book about it? So when the book came out, I kind of had to, spill the beans. And he was okay with it because, again, it was all about me, remembering who I am. So the relationship, I forgive him. I'm so thankful for him. I wear those scars and those punches like medals now. I appreciate you because I don't believe the devil sent him to me. I believe God sent him to me to get my mind right. So I literally needed a butt whooping. And that's not, I'm not recommending that for anybody to do that, but I really literally needed that to shape me into who I am now because I got a book out the deal. I got 2 nonprofit organizations out the deal, and I got my memory back. So I can't ask for nothing else.
Amazing, amazing. And that's when you know you walk through the steps of healing.
And
like
still healing.
Yeah, and that's what I say. It's all about healing. It's all, even before you even get into that situation, that's how you fall into it. Because you're searching for some type of healing.
Absolutely. And sometimes we get that from each other. I mean, it doesn't seem like it because I always hear people say we don't need people. I don't have to. I can be in my house. I can be by myself. And that's fine. But every now and then, I guarantee you 100% of you guys that are listening has to reach out to somebody, even if it's just for a hug or something. If that was the case, you'd be on earth by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so when you got your sister pulling for you and wishing you the best, genuinely, wholeheartedly wishing you the best, it pumps us up. And it's like, yay, you know, I got this extra power because I feel his heart beating behind me, you know, right along with the one I got in me. Right. So that's a lot.
Amazing. So we're going to move on and get to the good stuff.
Okay.
Tonight.
Amnesia. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I'm nervous. But again, when I tell people, if you just tell the truth, you don't have anything to be nervous about. You know, because you forget a lot. If you up there and you're like, you know, it's not genuine. It comes across a little different when it's your purpose. And you can tell when somebody's genuinely wholeheartedly there for their cause. Yes, you can remember that. So watch out for that. I think that's the biggest word now. I'm getting a lot of discernment. You know, we got to get that. It's hard. It's not that easy. But with the help of each other, we can do that. You know, women, I don't even want to start with y'all cattiness today. But
no, that's fine.
Yeah, we reach back. That's all I'm going to say. Reach back and get her. Get your sister. Amnesia is based on the book. Amnesia is based on a real story. So, of course, the stage play is a little more animated. But I'm super excited because this is the first time it's being produced. Is that the right word?
I don't know.
First time it's going on stage. Look,
I don't know.
We authors, though. First time it's going to be on stage. And I have some amazing people that are coming out. We are all debuting our acting at this show tonight. So the response has been amazing. I expect a nice crowd out there tonight. So
Almost a year.
Sit up there and try to be an actress.
I know, right?
We got some funny stuff going on. We got some twists, a lot of singing, a lot of dancing. So you know, it's
Amazing.
well, I'm just getting inspired. Yeah, I guess I go write. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna write right now. She gonna write Amnesia. You already wrote Amnesia. You gonna write the book when I got this. Oh, okay. Oh, I might can do that.
Collab is key.
Yes, it is. It is. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, and if y'all need a life coach, oh my gosh, Coach Stacy right here. She does it on purpose. She don't even mean to. It just starts spilling out. You know, say the wrong thing and just come and play. But accountability, that's what we need. If you're not ready for it, you're not ready. It's true. Get you a life coach. Get you an accountability partner. Shout out. That's what queens do.
Amazing. Okay, so you heard it. You know, my guest is amazing. You know, she's written a play, she's written a book, she started a youth program, and she has a domestic support group. And I think all of those things are amazing. I think it's important that when we know our purpose, we walk in it.
That's it. And me walking in it is when I talk to you guys, or if I do a live, or if I write anything, I'm learning. As I'm spilling that out to you, I'm learning, and I'm feeding off of your reactions, and I'm feeding off of what you've been through, because that helps me. So y'all are helping me grow too. So thank you.
Yes. Now, this is candid conversation, so you know, sometimes I try to answer questions. Okay. I'm gonna get too candid though. But I want to know, who is your role model and why? And it shouldn't be that hard. I'm gonna be honest. It's terrible. I really can't answer that question because I honestly, if we're talking on the realm of personal circle, there is none. I am my role model. I want to live, and that's what motivates me to do better. And I want to live my best life. If I had to talk about celebrities or something like that as a role model, it doesn't have to be a celebrity. There is one. I want to follow behind or make my own path and have lead my own way now because I've always had to. I can remember sitting on my park benches at 13 years old. There was no lead the way for me. There was no role model. So I tried to be that for what I needed. So my biggest inspiration, which is a different question, would be my children. Because I wanted to have what I did. I need a role model. Oh my goodness, you don't have to be my role model. I don't really have one. I just try to, I try my best to do what I want people to do, and treat people how I want to be treated. I'm not always the best at it, but I go above and beyond because I know what it feels like to not have it. Yeah, sometimes it's almost overcompensation, and I'm killing myself trying to please everybody else, but I know the reward is great. Yeah, it really, really, really is. What's your superpower? My superpower is motivating others. I think when I talk, people listen, and I learned that. Yeah, because I'm entrenched right now. Are you? I'm listening. I hear you. I think when I first started working at the school system, and I noticed the rapport that I automatically had with the kids, and as soon as I started to talk, pin drop, and I was like, hey, wait a minute now, if I have something here. I can't do hair, I can't do nails. I'm a very good reader, very good writer. I'm very smart, but there's no trade. I think God wanted me to see that. In that moment, it was almost like, hey, oh yeah, do you see what you got? You still have a gift. You still have a gift. Right, so that was him showing me this is what I need because you didn't have that. So be that for somebody else. That's my biggest motivation. Yeah, that's my biggest superpower. My big mouth is cooking because they listen to it. I wasn't expecting you to say that. Yeah, my mouth is they hear me, and that's what I love.
Facebook Lives.
If I can get one to listen in the classroom,
like, okay. I don't know if you follow Joy from Marketing Voice. She has. I have to tag you. I think I'm gonna order one of hers.
What's your favorite?
Okay. So it's
And
like
she
created her own pillar. You can connect,
Honestly,
like, I think
it's gonna have to be
devices.
nice.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, now that's good. Black female entrepreneur. She's bringing stuff from support her. Just buy hers.
I'm having a whole lot of
So, but yeah, I ordered the social life too. Girl, this part broke on my tongue. Really, it's kind of flimsy. Oh my goodness. I knew it was probably too good to be true. But I love the little socialite ring.
Still gonna stay.
Yes, I did get it. It came in a little pack. Yeah, and it has it on remote, the Bluetooth remote. Yes, I love that.
I literally just got it, so I haven't even.
You be gentle with it. We can't take the whole lot.
When you think about the movie, you think if you're in that moment, it's like, okay, well,
yeah.
But if you think about it,
It's this is the one I want to try.
It says a lot. Be that strong, be that rock.
But yeah, I feel like I did about needing the help, right? Yeah. Let's tell you how God works. So I was, I always research for my show, and I was working on preparing for today before I saw that post. And I was looking at everything literally that you've done in the last year. So it's been crazy, right?
Be the iceberg in Titanic.
how is she doing this? That's what I want to know. And I was like, does she have a team behind the scenes? And that's what I said to myself. Then I saw your post.
It took me a minute too, and I'm like,
and I just
I
began
do have
to pray right there because
I appreciate you.
I know what that's like.
I do. And the thing is, like, I do have a team. So I have a team of people that help, that help me event-wise, that type of thing. And that's good. But I need, like, I need an assistant, and then I need somebody to start going with me everywhere that I go. And I don't have that. And it's funny because this young lady out of Indianapolis for the last year.
You done a lot there.
They know you did this.
You should just call to that.
I don't know about not to live, but
no, not like that.
Yeah, but she so anyway, she every time I come, she's like, I'm your assistant. If you need an assistant, let me know. But she's not here, and I need somebody that is I gotta have somebody that's here. So that's the only thing. But quite a few people responded. And now the thing is, I can't pay them, so we'll see how that it's not right now, but it does. But I'm like, listen, just ride with me for a minute. It's gonna pay off in a minute.
Like,
they're not gonna let you
my team for my nonprofit. They really had an intervention. This is how you know you guys.
All of you guys for tuning in today.
So this was like back in
checking out Ms. Radio Johnson.
This was like February, March. My board members, we scheduled to have a meeting anyway, and we started about bringing in nonprofit consultants. And they all just like sat in a circle, and they were like, "We're taking things from you."
I'm gonna put it all.
They were like,
"That's right, let it flow."
Yes, let it flow all the way out.
My cast is amazing, you guys. So you guys please come out and come to watch. We got some kids doing some poetry. We got some crazy people playing parts. We got some sick people crying. So it's gonna be amazing.
And then
so
like
really inspiring,
really
motivating.
When there's
and
an
something
event,
different to do. No more events tonight.
They take my phone, they take my
chill with us at Cape Fear.
And I
want you to
learned
be there when it's over, so you guys can go to that
happening in this area of my nonprofit. God will allow this to happen in every area when I surrender that over to Him.
Shout out to Rosolo on the way in.
And that's true. And I
had to take that.
They popped my hand this week because
this is
like my intern, she's so again. God,
we all dream together and come all the way to support all the way from Atlanta. So I'm so excited. By the end of the night, I know nobody in tears. So y'all come out and see me, baby prize. Come on, bro. We waiting on you, girl.
This girl walks up. She says, "Excuse me."
Oh, in closing, I'm sorry. I do want to talk really quick about a little about domestic violence. I want to say domestic violence.
DeAndre, my consultant, she says, "Oh, we're doing some nonprofits."
In the United States alone, we have between 600,000.
Can you tell me more? She sounds really interesting. She just like invites herself and sits down.
Between for me, and I think it's between.
And I said, "What do you do?" She said, "I'm a recent college graduate from Agnes Sky. I don't have a job, but I will work for food or for experience."
Wow.
And she whips out her resume and her business card, and on her, she has her business card, and she has her mission statement. And all this, and we're like, I was like, she just walked up. So your people,
I received that word. I received that word. I do, because the Lord knows I need that.
They see what you're doing.
I do.
He knows.
I need some help. I really do need some help. And my bishop had kept telling me for like the last 2 months, he was like, "You need to get help. You can't keep doing it by yourself." And I cannot.
And then this is how God convicted me. My pastor. We don't step back and be obedient to put people in place.
Yeah.
We close their opportunity to lead and grow.
That's so true. It's so true. It's so true. It's so true. It's so true. I didn't realize how short this was.
I know it's cute when you're standing up.
So you're fine. Lord, I just put this little thing right here just in case somebody can see. They can't. They can't. So now y'all said, listen, I was with Daphne a couple of weeks ago. What is these headphones that y'all doing to us? Do we got to put them on? Courtney?
Listen, I just be obedient. Do we have to wear the headphones? We messed them up. He was like,
"Man, this is my hair, Courtney. We look crazy with these headphones on."
I know.
No, you don't have to.
It isolates its victim, keeping them from challenging their feelings. She talked earlier about no one knew. I didn't even call the police. That's shame. that was shame, that pain and abuse she was, going through. So, but I want you guys to know today that God's light allows us to begin to challenge our early assumptions and distorted perceptions about all of these things. It exposes the destructive decisions that shame breeds and sets us free from the lies that we never before challenged. God's light comes through. It comes through prayer. It comes through studying your scriptures. It comes through absorbing them. It comes through believing them for yourself. I mean, God loves you and he wants to heal our emotions. He really does. And when you make Jesus the Lord of your life, you become a child of your perfect heavenly Father. Okay? And the Bible promises that there is no condemnation in him. Jesus does not condemn you. Okay? Ask him to help you to see yourself as he does, loved by him and precious to him. Therefore now there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Romans 8:1. I'll leave you with that scripture. Ask God to help you to overcome the lies and see nothing but your truth. You have been listening and watching Candid Conversation with Coach Stacy, where we have real people, real topics, and real stories. Okay? Right here on 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. So we will see you next time. We thank you so much for tuning in. See you next week. Bye. Amnesia. Candid Conversation. Candid Conversation. Stiletto bosses. Stiletto bosses.